What's going on, travelers? Welcome back to another Sync Zone episode, Sync Zone podcast. This is Boruto Vortex, Chapter 2, unofficially, of course. Hope you guys like this one. This is going to be another band scans translation, if I remember correctly. Sorry about the noise. Before we get started, let me actually send out the link because I think I forgot to do that. How would I forget to do that? Um, so let's see. Right here, I will send out the link to the Discord. Um, all right. Hmm. Sorry about the wait, guys. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's there, and then we go. Oh, hold on. We messed up. How do we mess up so bad? All right. I really hope you guys are doing well. I know you guys are excited to actually, for me to actually review this chapter. Apparently, it's not all bad. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna read through it. We're gonna dissect it as we go. Hopefully, you guys like that bit. Um, Let me know if you guys like what we're doing and how we're doing it down below. You really give me some help, provide feedback for you guys, of course. Um, we'll see how this goes. Yeah. Hopefully, you guys like it and find our reaction entertaining. This is the first time I have not been spoiled. Um, so this is gonna be the first time that I'm viewing this chapter. I basically had to mute everything and kind of stay off of certain pages. I even unsubscribed to a few people because I was like, you know what? I already know these people are gonna be doing spoilers. You know that select two or three that always do spoilers. Um, this is technically the full chapter, but a fan scan, I guess. So we're gonna take it, with that in mind, and hopefully you guys like it. Yeah, might see a few people pop in here. Yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. Will to get his life back? Hey, you gotta stay tuned. I have no idea if so spoilers, guys. Before I even read the chapter, make sure you don't put any spoilers in the comment section if you guys have already read the chapter. Um, that's what we're gonna do now. We're actually gonna read the chapter, chapter 2 of the fan scan. So it's unofficial translation, and hopefully you guys like it. Make sure to like the video, of course, and subscribe or whatever. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys liked the reaction. Will Boruto get his life back? I don't know what that means. If you're referring to something a video that I did in the past, let me know, Jordan. If not, um, and that's a potential spoiler, just kind of stay cautious of that if you could. Um, or just elaborate on that a little bit. Just let me know. All right. Um, okay. Hopefully, you guys are we all set? I think a few more people have to pop in here. I throw some smooth jams. Hopefully, you guys like that. Hmm. Hmm. Yo, mic check. All right, that's in there. Why isn't that going? yo. Hello. Perfect. Pull the chapter out. Let me know if the music is too loud, guys. By the way, let me know. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Mm. Okay, guys. Here it is. Chapter 2. Wait a few more minutes for people to pop in here. Before we get officially started. Mm. You should have grabbed some water. Mm. Oh. Okay. We won't be doing that. The first official page of the fan scans. All right. Okay. All right. We got Sarada looking. That might do it. Mm-hmm. Chapter 2. Boruto. Alright. See this, guys. Let me adjust my headphones really quick. Much better, much better. Alright, let's do this, guys. The surprise invasion as part of the revenge plan from Kara's remnants. Code amidst the chaos in Konoha, he suddenly appears. I've been looking for you, Boruto. I didn't expect you to come out so easily. Okay. So he didn't expect that. Alright. Now again, before we get started, guys, these are the fan scan translations. So just be cautious of that when we actually do continue to read. That these are just fan scans. They're probably very close to the actual translation, but you know, as you've seen from the first chapter, there was at least 1 to 2 remarks, possibly 3, that were a little off. So, all right, take it with a grain of salt, basically. I mean, we've got Boruto just standing there, like, man, this man again. If that's the case, you should have come to Konoha sooner. What? Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna come out, why didn't you come out sooner, basically? And this, like, he's just staring. Alright. He's definitely aged a bit. You can tell that he's aged. Especially in his, like, eye and eyebrow. Alright. Without your monsters from here, every last one of them. Withdraw your monsters from here, every last one of them. While you still can. If you can do that, I'll spare your life. Alright. I'm sorry, I forget. I gotta talk like Boruto, my bad. Hmm. Let's see what we can do, guys. Boy, wait a second. Would you say? 2 years ago, didn't you run away from me without doing anything? You are telling me that you'll spare my life? You heard it, right? If you understand, just do it already. Or this time. You won't get away with just your left eye. Okay. You won't get away with just your left eye. Why? You won't get away with just your left eye. This is like implying that Boruto had nothing. Boruto basically did the scar. How he did the scar, I have no idea. Why would he run away after doing a scar unless Momoshiki was under influence, you know? I'm surprised. Coming here and bluffing around? Just gonna move this right here. Alright. I can't help but laugh. Boruto. Sarada. There's a lot of people out there who didn't make it. You take care of that. Leave this to me. Yeah, do what I said, woman. Yo. This man's coming off a little he's coming off real edgy. This is what you guys like, right? You, are you alright? Yeah, why you forcing me to do this, Boruto? All right, we're done. We're done here, guys. We're done. Well, we'll talk later. But first, stay alive. Okay. Shadow binding technique. All right. Shadow paralysis. I'm assuming. Yeah. All right. Shadow bind technique. Isn't it like shadow paralysis? Is that not the same thing? Like, why is he calling it shadow bind technique? All right. Maybe that's just a typo. Or that's a mistranslation. So he's just captured 3 of these claw grime things. All right, very nice. She could die. Rah! All right, all right. Cho is putting in some work. All right. She's over here kicking too. All right, interesting. Incredible. All right. Well, if we're thinking about it, like Naruto did kind of admire the Inoshika show, like with Shikamaru, Choji, you know, uh, Naruto did kind of admire that when he would you could see like there'd be times where he'd be kind of like, oh, you guys are pretty cool, right? Like that's what he does, and we're seeing that from his daughter now, which is interesting. All right. Mm, these guys, they're just numbers. They ain't much. Okay, now our prediction was essentially that these guys would be a lot stronger than we thought they were, right? Now if you go back to chapter 1, and even before that, or chapter 1 of Two Blue Vortex, our review for that, um, go back to that, verify we actually said that, because hey, you have my word, we're not lying to you, right? Um, and then even go back before that. This is predicted that these clones um, will start off sort of. They might be pretty strong, and they of course would use each other like this in this manner to kind of sort of like Pain's clones. Um, yeah, and that they'd be like more of like accessories. Sorry guys. Uh, yeah, and mainly the fact that they'd be more of an accessory to clone to for code, which is the whole thing around them is they're primarily accessories for now, but if you want to, we'll talk about that after the chapter. We'll talk about that. We'll theorize. Um, oh, we'll remind you of some theories, I guess. Okay, yeah. Rah, rah. All right, so they're just coming out of nowhere, or they're coming out of the shadows within their um their claw marks. Cho, behind you. Huh? Jin just came and dropped them. Pick them on up. Jin. Yeah, catching people off guard. They're a little sneaker than you thought they were, huh? Wait, what? I'm not a fat ass. Okay, we definitely missed something. Did we miss something? Yeah, we missed something. I'm not a fat. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. Don't let your guard down, you fat ass. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like it. I'm not a fat ass. Thanks, Inojin. Oh my gosh. Why would you thank him? Wait, F you, Inojin. Damn it. Did he fall? Oh, Himawari fell off. Okay. And the claw grime is still on, so the claw grime's hanging on. Himawari doesn't seem too phased as she's falling. Pretty impressive. Alright. Himawari-chan. Alright. Claw grime's about to like bite her or something. I don't know. He's about to hyper beam her. Yeah, I'm waiting for the hyper beam to come through. Yeah, these do look like little freezes. I prefer cooler, but okay, Kawaki, Superman. How's the Superman song go? It's man, Kawaki Man. We're calling him Kawaki Man. Kawaki Superman. Alright. Out of my way, you guys. Kawaki. Big bro. Alright, cool. Alright. He comes in with the what the alright. And he kicks okay, so he kicks the claw grime that was about to this is not the best drawing because I'm not even sure what that okay, so the tail goes here and it's behind the kanji. I don't like how that's in there. Alright, we could roll it. He kicks the claw grime down. Alright. Super fast, all these speed marks. Nice. What happened there? Okay, so there's a dash mark there. Oh, okay, so it flew down, jumped up, and then flew back. Alright, I got it. What? Wait a minute. Okay, so he has the Renegon now? Alright, this is expected because he's a Jubi clone. The Jubi has the Renegon. yeah, so this would make sense with the pain clones. Yeah. Oh yeah, so it's going down now. Alright. Thank you, big bro. Stop calling me that. How many times do I have to tell you? Oi. This guy are different. These guys are different that the other claw grimes. This guy are different that's the other claw grime. Grammar issues. Alright. So there's some obvious punctuation, obvious grammar issues going on there. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say these guys are different than the other claw grimes. Missing an S, not a big deal. Missing an S. It's more like superior. So yeah, he just popped up a Renegon out of nowhere. Like before, he didn't have a Renegon, so they can just kind of pop a Renegon. All right, as expected. And another one just dashes out of the dead one or out of the one that was down. Which like I said, they're gonna be using each other as accessories. Code is gonna use these guys as accessories. Like he's probably gonna fight with him as a team at one point. I wouldn't be surprised before he gets scared away with I don't know whether Ada and Damon come in, scare him away. I don't know how he would have forgotten about that, but it might be a way to kind of counteract and fight Damon, because I know I really haven't spoken about that, but we'll talk about that after the actual chapter. And Kawaki gets caught off guard. He's getting caught off guard. He's like, "Oh, okay." Because this one just comes out of nowhere, comes out of the claw mark. All right, fair enough. Oh my gosh. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, yo, he just real quick. Boop. All right, and we're back. Okay. Yeah, so he gets caught off guard. He gets smashed into the ground. Now, I could see how some people might be confused at this point, but it's not gonna. It's not a huge deal. Like he just got caught off guard, guys. Komaki, do su ooze Suzuki. Okay, so he's saying Otsutsuki. Interesting. We'll see if the full chapter once it releases tomorrow, whether or not that says that. He's trying to say Otsutsuki. Is he calling Kawaki no Otsutsuki? Is he trying to be an Otsutsuki himself? Uh yeah, I like the designs, yeah. And he's got Kawaki down. I told you guys these guys weren't gonna be like a joke or anything. Like these guys are gonna be like the real deal. And they're probably gonna get stronger. Like some of them, it's not just like a hive mind thing, it's probably more than that. Like they have uh supposedly they have Ishiki's karma. Right? Get out of here while you can, Kawaki. I like it. Kawaki is getting trashed on chapter 2. It's cool. He's probably stronger than this. He's probably just a little nerfed because he's not been training in the ways people would typically expect him to train. But he's still stronger, obviously. I don't think this is a testament to show like how strong the Jubi clones are. I think this is more so to just say, yeah, these aren't just regular clones, you know. I can't hold them any longer. All right. So they're okay. That's pretty impressive. So he's holding the Shikadai is holding the actual claw grimes. Um. Yeah. So they've got some strength. All right. Karma mode. All right. Karma 1. Otsutsuki. Otsu. Who's saying that? Otsutsuki. Okay, so he's probably Otsutsuki. It pisses me off when people call me that. So he was calling Kawaki Otsutsuki. All right. And the claw grime, it had like the intuition to like suspect that he wasn't Otsutsuki. That's a very strange phenomenon right there. Hmm. Bam. All right. I wonder how destructive that was. Low scale explosion. All right. I guarantee though that like all of his abilities they work like clones, so they'll probably get passed on to the next clone, make that clone stronger. I guarantee. I bet you guys. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. I so he got blasted, but he didn't get disintegrated. Okay. These clones are durable. And then more coming out of each other. They're multiplying by the minute. There's no end to them. Damn it. How many of them are there? It doesn't matter. I'll destroy them, every last one of them. Where was that Kawaki a minute ago? Now I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. And his hair, that's like a little different. He's like a mixture of Naruto and Sasuke in one, right there. And they're both variations of Naruto and Sasuke, Boruto and Kawaki. All right, you got code. All right, Emperor Code got, or sorry, Emperor Code. The Code Wars here. Emperor Kawaki's coming. Boruto's sitting there like, all right. He's looking around. All right, interesting. I like the side eye. I like the side eye. One's coming at him. All right, I like it. I like it. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. He did a. You might as well pull the blade out like I forget what it's called. Where you pull your blade out like this much and then you put it back in. Cut some in half. Somebody let me know if you guys remember what that's called. It looks like that's what he did though. Did he even pull his blade out? It looked like he pulled it out like a little bit. Yeah, that looked like that's exactly what he did. All right. Interesting. All right. Let me turn this music off real quick. So there's speculation, guys. Speculation that Sasuke is the sword. It's very possible. I've said it in the past. I've been saying it for the past few years, guys. But I've always said that because Kawaki, if he's going to be fighting with Boruto, there has to be some reason how Boruto is able to kind of negate Boruto shrinking his sword when fighting, right? Because from what we've seen, the sword can shrink non-matter and chakra, right? But it cannot shrink life. So, uh, and I also said if you watch the chapter one dissection, or maybe it was the video after that. It was the Emperor Kawaki, right? If you've seen that one, that's where we kind of reminded you guys that me and Breezy both we brought to your attention that it's possible that Sasuke died, or at least faked his death, using Izanagi and maybe becoming a sword in the process, knowing that that may be a potential way where he can not only observe Boruto, right, if he's not already in the shadows somewhere, He can observe Boruto, and then he can also fight with Boruto. So whatever Boruto knows, he knows, right? All right. Okay. So he takes out the sword and slices through all of them. It looks like he slices through all of them pretty damn fast. All right. All right. What is going on though? Can you guys see what's going on? Okay, so he slices through them. Was this like he's just swinging his sword? Was this like a regular swing of the sword? Yeah, because he swings it like he does a full circle like that, and then in this panel, looks like he like comes back around with it. Like he swoops around and then comes back around. Um, all right, and then he puts his sword in. All right, all right, and he sheaves the sword. All right, people gonna learn that word. Watch. Oh, he sheathed his sword. You're gonna see that all over Twitter, right? He sheathed his sword. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He sheathed his sword. Right. Um, Probably another podcast too. Honestly, you'll see. Oh, he sheathed his sword. He sheathed his sword. All right. So there's no way. You're just bluffing. What the fuck did I miss? He took them out. He's staring at code. So there's no way. You're just bluffing. If you still are gonna do this, there won't be any of them left. Don't get too cocky just because you've killed a few. There's plenty more of them out there besides. They're just tools for me. Yo, that's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said he's gonna use them as accessories. He's gonna use them as like ninja tools. Like he's gonna like come out through one and then come through another and then use them as like access points to like enter while he's fighting. And then they also have fighting capabilities. And then they have the Renegon too. They can see each other's moves. Bro, he's got fucking a clone hack. He's the ultimate Naruto right there. This is what we wanted Naruto to be right here. This is what we wanted Naruto to be. Right after the pain arc, we want him to have the Renegon, right? Okay, don't get too cocky. Yeah, don't get too cocky. This planet, they're just tools for me, right? That's like I said. Um, you still don't understand the true horrors of the Tin Tails. How do you know? Oh, because you're an Utsuki. You probably had a few conversations. All right, it's a bit of lore right there. A bit of lore. What did you say? So she fire release, fire release. Isn't it Coton? Great fire, great fireball technique. Who who's naming these techniques? Do you know about the series? It's not what the shit is called. Are these new techniques? Oh my gosh. It's a no for me this time. OP scans. No bueno. So she's dashing and looks like alright, it looks like she's in her Chidori stance, and you can kind of see what I believe to be sparks. All right. Yep. Chidori. Chidori. Iconic. Yeah. Chidori. Chidori. Yeah. Fuck it. Give her blue Chidori. Actually, no. Give her fucking. Give her like a white Chidori. Something unique. Or give her purple Chidori. Like it. So she just slashes you. I didn't even. I missed that. She slashes through both of them. Um, don't. It's not too graphic. Doesn't show like they're missing any limbs or anything. But they're definitely like Tate. They're stunted or they're stunned. Sorry. Uh, okay. That's pretty. That's a cool effect. But pretty sure there's a kanji for that. I'm pretty. So the is probably the Chidori like dissipating. I'm assuming. Amazing. Are you really a Ginning? No, she's been a fucking tuning. What is it? What is this with calling her a Ginning? Like, huh? Interesting. It doesn't matter, right? Whether I'm a Ginning or a Juning. Is she a Ginning? I didn't feel like the first chapter explained though. That's probably why they reiterated in the second chapter. This is what it's actually saying. Um, maybe she got demoted. Really? Maybe she really did get demoted for probably for helping Boruto. Um, interesting. Interesting. All right. Uchiha, behind you. Huh? Who the fuck is this? Hey, he looks badass, but who is he? Where did he come from? Like he just came out of nowhere. Oh, it's this guy. It's this guy. I see. Yeah, I like his design. And yeah, the Jubi clones are just trying to bite people. Yeah. Ah, ah, ah. That's Soigi-san? Soige. Soige? Soige or say Sogi? I'm gonna say Soigi. It could be the order. Yeah. And this Tin Tails looks pretty damn badass. It's got some spikes in the back. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Heck yeah. Hmm. Oh no. Sorry guys. Okay. So, all right. So it's biting him, and it's breathing. Interesting, and it's absorbing. That's fucking crazy. All right. So it's absorbing. That's the most interesting. One of the most interesting ways to create god trees that I've seen in the series. Hmm. They're running around like in the like a million different god trees just running around. Think about that. Hmm. And then depending on like how close they are, is that also a factor of how they kind of would come together, like be rooted together to create like a massive god tree? This is a tree. What? What's going on? So they're absorbing people. Interesting. And just becoming god trees just like that. Now, my idea is that when they do absorb enough people, because I did state that they would be able to, um, and if you go back to, I want to say it's called a foreshadowed end video. You'll see Kagemasa on the front of the video, right? But if you go back to that video, you'll see where we're talking about how the clones will kind of they'll go around and they'll be able to absorb. They'll be able to develop this way, right? There may be some ones with higher intelligence, right? And these ones will ultimately be absorbed into code, which is where that new eye will come in, right? So I think that these claw grimes will mature over time, and currently they'll be accessories, and for probably for a while, and even when Code loses this battle, on in Konoha, he'll go over to the next village, mess with them, and then at that point, um, the Code War will go on, and they'll be they'll continue to absorb, and I'm assuming at some point these trees will um either dissipate and they'll come back to the main tin tails, or you know they'll go into code. Code will come and absorb them. But I definitely don't think they'll stay in the village like that. I've known about the tin tails. Of course you do. I've known about the tin tails. Of course you do. So that's a thought. And Code said, okay, they eat Otsutsuki's. Okay. Yeah, we didn't even think about that. So they eat pretty much anything. Well, the truth is, yeah. Um, they're just a beast that feeds on anyone and everyone on instinct until the time they find an Otsutsuki. Oh, so you literally can't stop them from eating. The Code War has started, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. This is the Code War. Boruto will not be able to stop them from eating anyone and everyone until an Otsutsuki has been fed to the Tin Tails. My thought is Code will try to absorb one, but this will be closer to the final battle. And then at that point, Code will probably be absorbed as the once he becomes an official Otsutsuki, and we'll see we'll see some things happen. Kagemasa 1 and 2, because there's two Kagemasa, one Himawari and the other Boruto. These are threats of the series, guys. It's all unfolding underneath our eyes, and we're just now noticing it. Normally that might be true, but not anymore. That's because of the transformation you added. That's because of the transformation you added. Okay, but there's still time. You've held the ropes to them. You can alienate them right now. Otherwise, they're headed for the worst future everyone can imagine. Like I said at the dark end, guys. What is your worst? What is the point now? When that time comes, this planet will perish. When the Ten Tails eat Otsutsuki, it will take root on its great land and become a divine tree. The worst future itself is my objective. Interesting. Hmm. We already knew that, guys. But the thing is, Code doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't truly understand what he's doing. And he's probably being lied to. So that Chibai or some other god can come over to Earth through Code and be reborn. Yeah, that is the ultimate goal. Don't forget that. I'll only say this one time, Code. I'll let you live. In exchange, you will lead me to the place where you hit the Tin Tail's real body. Even stupidity has its limits, Boruto. Have you lost your mind? I'll be blunt. Killing you is easy. Rather than just dying in vain, why don't you do one good thing for the world instead of wasting your life? That's bullshit. You're the one who's going to die. There's no saving for this, idiot. Huh? He's like pinching his pinky and his that's interesting. And his thumb together and got a little swirl going on. Hmm? It's Rasengan. This fool, he doesn't think I knew about it. I don't see a Rasengan. Shunned from his hometown, now being chased, what kind of new power did Boruto gain in the midst of all of it? Rasengan? Uzuhiko? Uzuhiko. Swirling lad. Rasengan Vortex. So I have to see if that's the official name, Vortex or Uzuhiko. I'm fine with both, but that was an interesting chapter. Um, we actually got a lot this chapter, but well, we got a fair amount. It was a long chapter. I like that it's definitely a longer length chapter. Um, our work was all right. Overall, I'm gonna rate this chapter a well, because of some confirmation with the Juby and the trees. I'm gonna rate this a little higher than normal. I like we got some new characters in this one, and we got to see what else did we get to see? Yeah, the claw grime's going to work. It has a Renegon, as I suspected it might. Um, we got a potential new move, but we don't exactly know what that move is going to do. Is that going to give Boruto like some type of speed amp? Um, hard to tell now. Boruto Vortex, is that going to be his like new main move? Like, is that going to be like a speed or power boost, speed and power boost, depending on how he uses it? Or is that going to be like a barrier? Um, is he going to use it like Chidori Stream? Possibly. I don't know. You guys let me know. How you guys feeling on this one? Hopefully you guys like this one. Yo, Kiki, what's going on? Hey. Let's see if my audio's coming in. All right. Yeah, audio's coming in all right. All right. Oh yeah, and then yeah, we got some interesting Juby type clones. So I'm almost certain that these Jubies are gonna accumulate some type of into personal intuition, especially because they have Ishiki's assumingly Ishiki's dojutsu, not dojutsu. Sorry, misworded that. Um, his karma. Now, of course, in our full speculation, right? All the Shikis, and in my mind, is ultimately Shiba, anyways. Um, or some other primary god. Of course, like I stated before, there's chaos and there's order. Shiba is one of the two. Um, the Otsutsuki god is probably more like the Soul King in Bleach. Um, just kind of teetering on the plane of existence, and his existence just kind of depends. Um, the world is kind of dependent upon his existence, and not exactly what he does, but what he provides. Um, and then for the he pulled out his sword. He did a little, the little, I forget what it's called. You slightly pull out your sword and you put it back in, and then you let it out like a burst of wind. I don't know how fast you do it. All right, very nice. You just cut it in half. All right, too easy. Yeah, there's definitely some. We It should have been expected that that code is gonna have some type of dojutsu, and his claw grimes have the dojutsu. So all he has to really do is just absorb his claw grimes, especially if they are able to kind of go back to being claw grimes after becoming trees. I don't see that being a because they can't bloom now, right? They might just be forced to temporarily go into tree form right before they come back to the claw grime state, or code will just absorb every time they go into a tree. Just absorb the tree like Madara. Um, or Madara, sorry, same. Cut these down pretty easily as expected. All right. So he found out a bit more about the Ten Tails, but he doesn't know what he's not suspecting is that Kawaki's about to do a full 180. I fully suspect that Kawaki's going to do a full 180. And not necessarily a full 180, but more of so like what his actual intentions are. Um, as someone that wants to fight against the Otsutsuki. Code is only making the point that Kawaki is going to argue is that the Otsutsuki are at fault for the injuries and the catastrophes of the world, and that they're bad. Why? Because Boruto bought the Claw Grimes here. If he wouldn't have showed up, Code wouldn't have showed up. Or if he hadn't existed, Code wouldn't have showed up, right? So something like that. Um, that's how he's gonna make his debut as Emperor Kawaki, right? Uh, and yeah, it does look like I do. I'm liking this. I'm liking this picture right here. Um, it's unique. She's got these glasses, and this coat is looking really shinobi like a little bit more, and less cyberpunk like. Uh, it's growing on me. The look is kind of growing on me a little bit. Um, but this whole like side thing is reminding me of the Mizukage, the fourth Mizukage. I want to say her name with the lava release. Kind of reminding me a little sleazy. It's a little sleazy. Um, she's got the choker on, and she's 16, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm liking the overall picture. It's not too bad. Art's not too bad. Um, and yeah. These they're gonna continue. We found out something pretty dang huge. Right. So before I give my rating, I want to let you guys know we found out something very huge. We got a huge reminder. These claw grimes, the thousands of them that Code has, will not stop. They will go from village to village. Whether they get kicked out of this village, defended by this village, they'll go to the next village, and they'll keep absorbing people until they've accomplished the goal of the world, of their mission, and that's for Kotobi and Uzumaki. Sorry, for Kotobi and Otsutsuki. That is Code's goal, right? And to do that, he's going to have to. Um, I don't think it'll necessarily require a sacrifice, as we suspect, but I do think if there is a sacrifice, Code will be that sacrifice, and that's how we'll get our main boss. I definitely think that Code is going to be a catalyst, and he doesn't know. He's not aware of what's actually going on, um, in his plan. Someone that he's talking to in his yin half may be manipulating him somehow. You know, whether that's Ishiki or Shibai. And of course, our assumption is that all the Shikis are Shibai. They're just personas of Shibai that manifested after he ascended. So they're physical manifestations that were left on Earth after Shibai ascended. Right? If you'd like to hear, that's the brief synopsis of what how we are explaining the Ishikis being Shibai. They're just physical manifestations of Shibai's physical DNA that was left behind. And I do think Amato was probably the center of that. In fact, I think he probably warned Kawaki about that, and he probably gave Kawaki the idea that this would happen, something like this would happen, and that this would be a way to get rid of Boruto, to make the people of the village understand the real threat of the village. It is Boruto, who is genuinely, in my eyes, he's the real threat as well. He may be cool and on the side of good in our eyes, but he's also, I think he's genuinely going to be a main villain in the end. I think he's going to be Kagemasa. It's been foreshadowed. He's just not aware of it now. But when he does start to become aware of it, it will be after this fight, right? So go back and watch the Emperor Kawaki video. Watch that video all the way through, and at the end, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. There'll be 3 events to occur, and after that occurs, Kashi and Koji will come back into the picture, give Boruto a better understanding of what to actually do, what to actually expect in the future, and what Code is actually doing. Because Boruto will be truly lost if he hasn't been lost from Sasuke's apparent death, which was not confirmed in this chapter, by the way. It was not confirmed. But I have suspicions that Momoshiki may have done some damage. And that damage that Momoshiki did, Boruto wasn't ready for, but Sasuke was. And my memory of Sasuke, intuition of Sasuke tells me that Sasuke thought of this 5D plan to not only watch Boruto from the shadows, but be side by side with a simple, well, it could be more than just a simple transformation jutsu, or it could be just an extended transformation jutsu. But the thing is, he always has that sword nearby, which leads me to believe that it may have been something permanent if the sword is Sasuke. Um, and or not. But yeah, are we still on Discord? Yo, BB, you in the chat?
Yo, what's good?
Yo, let me see if the folks can hear you. You say what's up one more time?
Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me all right?
Oh yeah, we gotta turn you down though. You were blasted.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. Let me turn you down just a tad. You're louder than me. All right. Can you say something else?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, there it is. Yes. So how you read the chapter already?
Yeah, I read through it. I mean, I liked it. It was really action heavy. Like there wasn't a lot of dialogue,
Hmm.
but the little bit of dialogue that we did get, and then the things that we could see did give us like more information. So I thought like it was a pretty solid chapter. Like it left me with like some other questions. Like we know, at least we know now, like something happened between Boruto and Code specifically that gave him like his ice form because Boruto, in talking to him, was implying that he was the one who gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really curious about like I think I talked to you before when I was talking about like how things in stories don't happen for like no reason. And I was thinking about like how he got the ice form now. And as soon as I seen like one of those Ten Tails or Cloud Grimes activate like a Renegon, I was thinking, oh man, like Code is probably going to get a replacement eye of some sort. Like if it's not a Renegon, like he's going to get something in that. Like
No,
that's what stood out to me immediately.
if you remember, we talked about something like this in the Emperor Kawaki um video we did a few weeks ago. Um when we were saying like well, it maybe it wasn't you, but if there I think you were there too, but we definitely did a video about this prior to it was like either around chapter 79 or chapter 80 board to talk segment. It's in the description. If you go back, I'll link the video. But essentially what we were saying is that with these claw grimes are gonna have some sense of what could happen is that since these claw grimes they took like a physical form of a man, they almost look like Ishiki, right? Um,
Right.
and they don't look like code, which leads me to believe, it leads the audience to believe that possibly what is happening is that they're taking form of Ishiki in they're really um being affected by the karma itself that code has. And it's possible that if they don't have this certain capacity or intuition currently, there will be some way in the future, whether that's through natural evolution and time or through absorbing other humans, um, they'll gain a more of an intuition, and there may even be some that don't even need that, like a queen or king or something like that of the actual claw grimes, and um, that has more of it of that intelligence. And we saw in this chapter that the claw grimes they were trying to say Otsutsuki, right? And then they were speaking, and just to do that is a lot. Could have something to do with the fact that they're split and they're just miniature. They're not as much of a huge um, accumulation of chakra, but that this I think that could be a factor too. But another factor I think is definitely absorbing humans, people that possess um, more of a intuitive chakra system, right? And I think with absorbing them over time, you'll get more intelligent Otsutsuki's, and that Otsutsuki will develop, or it's not Otsutsuki's, Callgrams will develop into a very strong, um, Clawgrimes to where they have Renegons, right? We see them where they have Renegons, and that's only one factor. That the Renegon is not. I don't think it's an attribute of them of their growth. I think they just have it naturally. At least some of them. Um, but I definitely think that there'll come a time to where code is gonna go and absorb these clones, and they'll be a lot stronger by the time that he starts to absorb them. Um, and then even more of a possibility that these trees, if they don't turn back into claw grimes, what could happen is he just goes and absorbs one tree at a time. And then at the end of the toward the end of the series, when he's about to be Madara'd or or yeah, by Black Zetsu, Amato. You know, he which I mean, it's possible that Black Zetsu Amato is some type of Black Zetsu, but I you know, it's too soon to assume that it's going to go that down that route. Um, but that's always on the table. But I definitely think that Code's going to absorb these clones, and then at the point that where they absorb the clones absorb so many humans, they would have gained so much more intuition, and Code's going to use that to evolve into the next form of Inotsuki. But I definitely think that's going to be a factor that's going to be his downfall that he's not aware of. All his goal is to become an Otsutsuki, and I think he may be intentionally being misled. Like Kawaki, I do think Code is possibly being misled, and um, it's every each of these characters, like we've seen at the end of Naruto, we don't necessarily see everything that's going on behind the scenes. These characters' internal dialogue, whether that's a fault of the writer or just something intentional that's being done for plot purposes. Um, I definitely think that as far as code goes, is it'd be nice to see some internal dialogue um, into his character and like his actual plans, as well as um, who he who he is in his past um, before he gets kicked out of the village. Because I definitely think there'll come a time where Boruto and Kawaki will turn it up a little bit, and or even Damon and Code might Damon and Ada might come out and just like be rid of the actual um be rid the village of the actual claw grimes. Whether I think they could affect the claw grimes, I don't think they could affect the claw grimes. No. Um, I don't think Ada can. As far as Kawaki, I definitely think that because I'm so glad that Code said it in this chapter because I've been saying it. I said it in the previous videos. That these claw grimes are essentially just going to act like an accessory for now, a tool. Those were exact words in the fan translation. If it changes in the actual translation when it drops tomorrow, someone can let me know. But until now, he used the word tools, which in my mind it's the same. It's very similar to how Pain used his clones. Um, they even have the Renegon. Code's clones have the Renegon, and Code's gonna use these as accessories. He's gonna fight through them, through the claw grime, through the claw marks that they have on their bodies, and then they can fight as well. They have that agency to fight as well, and they'll only become more intelligent as the series progresses. So yeah, they are a genuine threat to the village. They are a genuine threat to the world, and what was expressed in this chapter is they're not going to stop until an Otsutsuki is absorbed, right? So that only tells us is that this is going to continue until the series ends, because Boruto, Boruto and Kawaki, they're not going to die or be absorbed until the end. The only one that might be absorbed is Code when he becomes a full Otsutsuki, right? Um, those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, like I definitely immediately get the vibe. Like you mentioned it, like that code is going to get moderate when I was reading this chapter. Like especially after listening to Boruto's dialogue when he was talking about like you don't know what you're talking about. Like you're being played for a fool.
Hmm.
Things aren't going to work the way that you think it's going to work. We're going to get the worst possible outcome. And then like Cole, he just kind of goes on about, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna absorb all the life from the planet and harvest a god tree kind of thing, and level up. But I think what Boruto is talking about is leading towards what you were alluding to, was that there's some type of new Otsuki or something that's about to be revived, and maybe they're just going to use code as a host. Because he mentioned like something happened due to the transformation that you added to the cloud grids. And as you were saying, like
Let me go back to
code,
that.
even though, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about. But
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not sure if it's what you're insinuating, but well, let me just go back to that because I do remember. Mm,
yeah. I'll wait for you to get to it.
should. I feel like it's in the middle somewhere.
It's either towards the middle or it's somewhere towards the end. But it was definitely when they were talking about the worst possible outcome.
Yeah. So it's I know it's before. I feel like it's before Boruto starts fighting. Every last one of them. Kwaki's on the ground. Scrolling up. Mm, Kawaki comes in. Yo, what? Why can't why can't I find this?
It might just be towards the end.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it's somewhere around this area. Probably after this stuff when he's just
Yeah,
talking to code.
it's gotta be. Oh yeah, it's gotta be. Alright. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
it's
said
right here. So
no.
yeah, normally that might be true, but not anymore because of that transformation you added.
So
And
let's
the thing that he added to those cloud grids, if I'm not mistaken, was his own wasn't it his own chakra with the belts and their iron mixed with his blood? And I
mm-hmm.
believe um Code, even though he was a failed vessel for Ishki, he was still meant to be Ishki's vessel or a vessel for Ishki. And he still has a karma. And
Mm-hmm.
as we were saying before, like they the Cloudgrinds, like they taken on a shape of their own and they kind of resemble Ishki. Like they don't even look like Code very much. So I'm kind of getting the vibe, like you were saying, like he's about to get moderate like what happened after Madara is the God Tree, where he just only served to be a vessel for Kaguya to return in the end. And I think that's that worst possible outcome that Boruto is referring to. I
Mm.
think because of the transformation that Code added to the Ten Tails, they're fusing it with his karma infused DNA. I think it's going to revive some type of Otsutsuki in the future. That's only just going to use Code as some kind of vessel to come back. At
Yeah,
least that's the vibe that I get from it. But
I
I could be completely off of that.
I definitely think it's meant to look like Ishiki, or at least convey that it is Ishiki influence. But whether or not it turns out to be Ishiki or Shibai, I think it'll ultimately just depend on which route they choose to go down. But I definitely think it's a possibility. It could be both. But more so, I think. Okay, so here's what I think. Right, I will buckle down and I'll say that this influence is definitely Ishiki or Ishiki's karma because I feel like he was physically he's a physical persona, one of the physical personas of Shibai, and so he was able to kind of put his own physical karma on Code, and I definitely think that he didn't know, or he probably didn't know that he could not put more than one karma on at a time, um, or have more than one vessel at a time. But there are still some physical implications because of the karma being put on. This is one of those implications, right? We see that he's the clone is physically manifesting into Ishiki, but whether or not its end result turns out to be Ishiki, will depend on how the accumulation of chakra that's invested and accumulated into one entity. I think when Code gets that eye, he will at some degree become an Otsutsuki. But I definitely think that he'll have some difficulty controlling um his his um his ambition, right? And his I think his ambition will lead him to his downfall. This is the beginning of the end, realistically. We're seeing it, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. And it almost seems like you said, like the cloud growers are starting to get more cognitive, like they're starting to think more on their own. And it's almost like I kind of get the vibe, like you were saying, like as they absorb more energy and absorb more people when they turn into those trees,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like they're leveling up in a sort of kind of way. But I definitely don't see it. However, things like end up going, like it's definitely not going like in a good direction. At least not for the villages or any villager
Yeah, no,
to make that.
it started off in
Go ahead.
Kona. I didn't cut you. Can continue, my bad.
Yeah, no, I was just saying like it's a bad vibe. Just especially off of what Boruto is giving off. Yeah, it's not going to end up bad. But go ahead.
No, all I was saying is that yeah, this is it's starting off in Konoha, but obviously it's gonna start off in Konoha. This is it's gonna be a huge. It's gonna be a huge downscale, um, a rapid downscale when you see the the catalyst is code, or at least it's sorry, the catalyst is technically gonna be Boruto, because the Kawaki I think is gonna blame this event the to into the world to he's gonna blame this share this to the world and say, hey, this was Boruto. Boruto is the Otsutsuki that you should fear. Um, and they're gonna go on this. They're gonna be on his side, and that's gonna raise his political influence to a degree, and he'll be Emperor Kawaki. And for Code, he's gonna continue to try to go to the outskirts and may succeed crushing some villages, may not. Um, but I definitely think they'll be more of a control and they'll get stronger the army over time as the series progresses. Not necessarily like chapter by chapter, like oh, Code's this strong now. I mean, Code is he I think they'll just progress with his development as of the war as it progresses. But um, Boruto, I think, will be pushed into more of the outskirts because of this event. Like the time skip, I think, was only pertaining to, um, development between Sasuke, Boruto, his character, trying to understand who Boruto is, and then mostly, you know, maybe a few interactions with Code. Now that that was confirmed, that well, sort of. It's implied that Boruto made the slash on Code, and you said you'll leave with more than just your left eye this time, right? That implies very heavily that it was probably Boruto, but um,
Right.
I think yeah, I think it's all
And
heading.
not, like I agree with you. And I can also see like the part when you were saying like Kawaki's gonna drive home the point that Otsutskis are bad, and it's gonna kind of push Boruto more to the outskirts in the story because they were just doing fine in the villagers' eyes until Boruto popped up there. It's almost like Boruto brought this whole war with him upon them to the village in that moment, except for maybe the few people who saw what was actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely see things like going in that direction.
Exactly. I
And
mean,
then, uh, go ahead, my bad.
no, it'll give all the characters some more development. Like they'll have a reason to develop. From what we know of now, Himawari is not a full fledged ninja. She doesn't have a full motive now. She's kind of just like trying to observe and she's training. So she's the event of supposedly Kawaki in her eyes leaving the village and her father dying has forced her to start training, but to force her to start training even harder and to have a motive, I think what needs to happen is that something Kawaki, her assumed brother, needs to um by Kawaki I mean Boruto, right? Just to clear that up.
Right, right.
Is that Boruto needs to um cause an event to make her think like, okay, why would you come back in the village, cause all this trouble, not only for us but for the world? Like, are you really my brother? And did you really care about me? And yada yada yada. They can really milk it if they wanted to, but I do think that this will be a gateway into her development as a more fearless and brutal ninja, right? And then along with Sarada, right? This will help her like touch up on her skills, right? And help her like maybe she'll slick her hair back a little more, right? And then Kawaki will come out with the emperor clothes, right? Like, hey, like no, I'm the Gokage now. I'm the Gokage. I'm Emperor Kawagi. Right? I'm all seven Kages, right? Or however many there are. I'm
Right.
and then at that point I think we'll see a lot more of Kawaki's inner dialogue through his personal actions. Right? We'll get a little bit more into like Kawaki's thought process through his actions. Um, I think we have already, but I think that he'll be using like his eye abilities to really like in pivotal moments that actually like focuses on him. We'll see him like use his eye to maybe grant um grant a wish through and people were theorizing prior to that 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 he had the soul um ability to make a wish, right, or to grant a wish. But no, that was omnipotence being foreshadowed, um,
Right.
right? And it's crazy because I think that he'll use omnipotence more, um, with no consideration of the repercussions behind that. And I definitely think that's one thing he has in common to Code, that he'll use Otsutsuki abilities with no repercussion to no consideration of the repercussions. Boruto, on the other hand, I think he'll rely on his personal techniques, especially because of his training with Sasuke, rather than relying on his karma um, until like he knows he needs to use it. Um, and then in that instance, I think the moment he starts using it more often, that's when Kashin Koji is going to come into the picture, and that's when Kashin Koji is going to show him like everything that he needs to to know. Like, okay, like bring up things that he should be considering, like, and whether that's through memories of Jiraiya, like I stated before, or through things that he just knows because he's a reconnaissance ninja, so he could be doing some reconnaissance somewhere to the Leaf or through other villages and say, hey, like in the Cloud villages, we noticed like this and this. You should do like your Otsutsuki thing and actually look into this, right? Um, and I definitely think that'll be through maybe like a spirit travel or something to that degree that includes Boruto's Jogon esque abilities. But I definitely think that when he does start to do that a little later, I think because of that, that'll spare him in the end or give him some out in the end. Um, Don't ask me what I mean by that right now, but I can tell you a little later. That'll give him
I'm
some.
not stupid.
That'll give him some out in the end, basically. The end being Kagemasa, his end, right? His specific end. Um, being that the Jogan will turn into the Jugon, the evil eye, and similar to Himawari, we need to up her training skills so that way she can be more of a threat, and then actually bring more of that Otsutsuki esque out of her, in her everyday fighting. That
Yeah,
potential out.
I think I can kind of see something like that. I mean, tools did get, or the use of tools, the use of ninja tools specifically did get him like into his situation where he um even met Momoshiki and received the karma. And then I remember there was the following arc, it was the Owl arc, I believe, where like he was confused because it seemed like his dad was doing a complete 180 on him by using the ninja tool arm. And Naruto was telling him in that arc that there was nothing wrong with using tools themselves. It was just how you use the tools. And that kind of made him start thinking a little bit differently about his mindset about how tools should be
Yo,
used. So I
yo,
could
that
see that, like, you know, I could see that being his out in
I
the
didn't even
end.
think
It did get him into a situation.
I didn't even think about it. Like I didn't give it that much thought. But yeah, it would make sense that since Boruto actually that he would think twice about using an additional tool like the Otsutsuki, the Karma mode, right? And actually realize that there could be some negative repercussions for using that. And he may, like I said in the past, he may have experienced something like I don't know, um, maybe some yokai dreams, like maybe a difficulty distinguishing whether or not what was real and what was not because of his otification process. We don't know exactly what that entails because we haven't seen any of Boruto's inner dialogue or any of Kawaki's inner
Right.
dialogue. But that could be very crazy. You know, there could be he could be dreaming and or he could be like awake and see yokai and think he's dreaming, or he could be asleep and see yokai and think he's awake, right? He that may be a process of some of the ossification process that Momoshiki may have been laughing about, right? That I think that it'd be very cool to see if they implemented that. Um,
Oh, oh yeah, for sure.
you know, just like night terror specifically, but definitely maybe Momoshiki, um, you know, controlling him, and maybe he just doesn't realize he's not under Momoshiki's control, and maybe it might even be more drastic if Momoshiki is under his control. Like, what is that experience actually like for Boruto while he's being influenced by Momoshiki? Like, we have not seen that either. That could be something completely different that they could work into the series. Um,
Mm,
as someone that came from the Naruto franchise, I grew up with Naruto sort of. Um, that's I can definitely see them working some of these things into the franchise because it's not out of the realm of possibilities when you consider the entire franchise. That's what I think is a big plus about the Naruto community and the beauty that the border community can actually work in from the Naruto community. They can work in that extra dynamic of creativity within their series, and they can still keep the things that they like within the Boruto series. I think that's also very nice.
oh yeah, for sure. I think so too. I was watching a little earlier when you brought up that Sarda is a genin in the manga.
Mm.
And I was a little confused on that too, because I wasn't sure if that means that some of the events, like the tuning exam event that was in the anime, where she became a tuning, is that not canon to the manga, or is she just in a situation where Shikamaru thought that her actions after Boruto left the village were irrational, and so he demoted her back down to a genin?
Well, I mean, since we got it twice and again, this is the fan translation, but since we got it twice in this chapter, I'm assuming she just got demoted. Because she was like,
Mm,
does it matter if I'm a Guinea or if I'm if I'm a, but she just doesn't care. She just kind of threw like a start. She threw a she kind of started gaslighting a little bit. Like, does it matter?
Yeah.
Um,
You know what? I'm leaning more on she probably got demoted because it seems like they make a big deal out of it. Because even in the official translation of chapter 1 of Two Blue Vortex, like Shikamaru was like, "Oh, well, you'll never be above beginning if you keep acting like that." And then the one thing that made her, well, not the one thing, but one of the things that made her a little bit different from the other members of her team was that she was a fan before while they were still gaining. So I think it's more so she got demoted, probably.
you know what you're gonna see after this chapter? Confirmation. After, you're gonna see more of like people in Chihammer saying that Shikamaru is a lot like Toby Roma now that he doesn't like Uzumaki's because he demoted her, right? Because of her, assuming it was because of her father, but
Oh, yeah.
that's what I believe. Like, truly, I believe, like, he thought about her being an Uchiha, and that it was her father, and she helped her father, and she has like some part of her has something to do with this whole thing, and it's not right. Like, some like moral like justification that he just can't do it unless it's like by the rule book, right? Like, that's Shikamaru, right? He just can't do it unless it's like he knows it's by the book. He's a by the book type of person, and I think Toby Rama was
Right.
was a lot like that as well. Um, but I definitely think that he carries a lot more Toby Rama esque um characteristics, and I definitely think we'll see that in other videos, like YouTube videos. Because I said that, I feel like other people, I don't know. Um, but yeah, like as far as her getting demoted, yeah, it's it's probably she probably got demoted, but I definitely think that when this Code War happens, that'll give her a bigger role. Like, yeah, I know how I said like everyone will get their own like part of development. Um, we'll see different characters change just a little bit. Kawaki will become Emperor. Himawari will become a little bit more dynamic as a character and involved in the story a little bit, and she'll serve as more of like that Sasuke esque role, like that we'll see after this Cold War happens, and um I think that's when Kawaki starts to say, "Hey, like, I'm Emperor Kawaki now. Like, I'm going to take control. I'm going to protect the entire, not only the Konoha, but if pledge a legend alliance to us, we'll be your security force as well." I think Kawaki will probably do something like that as well. Um,
Mm.
and then as far as like
When
Sarda, she'll go deeper into the abyss of shadow, being a shadow type of um character, and she'll build the rebellion. That's when we'll see more of, I think, her what's her called, her MS abilities. I think we'll definitely see some development when it pertains to that. I think they'll be more low scale and more tactical for tactically purposed for this specific reason. The events to um sooning to occur, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when you were talking about Himawari being more, or we'll probably see her being more Sasuke-esque. What did you mean by that? Were you thinking like sort of like how Sasuke was towards Itachi when
I do, I don't think that she'll hate him, but I definitely think that she'll be super super curious and ask, like,
uh
try want to ask and know, like, what the hell is going on? Why is there a war in my village? Why is there a war in the world now? Why is my brother Kawaki now leader of the world? And he's telling me this, right? At this point, like, I think he'll do more of like a 180. Like we saw like there was some resistance with him in the actual chapter where he was like, "Don't call me brother anymore." But I definitely think that that could be something that could be overlooked if Kawaki needs
Right.
her to be on his side.
Right. So you're saying like you're seeing her being more like Sasuke in terms of seeking answers. Because one thing with Sasuke and Shippuden, especially, was he was trying to find out the answers of what actually went down between or what the Uchiha clan massacre.
Yes,
So
I've been
I see
saying
that.
this for.
I feel yeah,
I've
I
legit
feel
been
that.
saying this for years. I've legit been saying this for years. Go back. I swear, if there's anyone here that goes to any of my other write this down. Write these words down that I'm saying. Go back, verify with my other videos, and if I did not say this, you write it down in this comment in the comment section. Write it down in Discord. Post it on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter. Let me know that I did not say this. I guarantee you, you won't be able to do that. Just a thought, you know. But no, yeah, I definitely think that it's brewing, and we're seeing like the claw grimes have confirmation, like, hey, they have the strength to make an impact. I've been saying like they'll probably be a lot stronger than people will give them credit for. Like people thinking like, oh, they're not gonna be a threat, and Code doesn't know what he's doing. Well, I've been saying that, there's been reason why he's been in, just kind of accumulating these claw grimes. And he's just now making a random stop by Konoha looking for Boruto. Like that's more of an excuse. Like if he had like a legitimate reason as to why he was looking for Boruto in Konoha, or why he decided to stop by now, like he basically said he's stopping by Konoha to get Boruto's attention. He basically said that
Right.
so that Boruto can hear him, right? Something to that degree.
Right.
Don't quote me. Um,
It was close enough. It was similar.
like that's. I think. I think it's very interesting that. Um, a lot of people haven't really paid attention to that. I can guarantee I haven't seen any videos titled anything like that. I've been looking. I've been looking at different villages in the Discord, like different. Okay, I want to stay for the record now. I don't have any affiliation with any other YouTubers. I do invite YouTubers to my channel, but I don't affiliate. Primarily, I don't have any other branching YouTubers connected in my Discord, right? Unless they come and they join the podcast, they are not affiliated with me. I'm not affiliated with anyone other than Zone Fanfic and the Sync Zone podcast, right? And the people that actually come on the podcast and actually communicate. Appreciate you, Breezy. Um, uh, I forgot to even give you an introduction. I apologize, my man. Yo, Breezy is our newest member on the Sync Zone podcast. Newest host. I apologize. And
I appreciate it. It's good.
no, man, you deserve that, man. Yeah, but like I just want to put that out there just so that people don't. Yeah, I've had people ask me like, hey, like, do you know yada yada yada, bro? Don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I do. I mean, I probably do, but I'm not gonna like. You might as well go to them. Don't come to me. You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
and this is a few YouTubers, like 5, 6 different YouTubers. Like, bro, what the hell?
Oh no.
Yeah, man. But
Man, go ahead, my bad.
no, I I have a problem with just talking because I know I'm typically the one talking. But if you have something to say, go ahead.
No, I was saying I was watching the stream a little bit earlier, and I saw when you were talking about, oh snap, who is that guy when Sarda was about to get jumped by a clog riot and this dude pops up,
Oh,
and I was
Sonkoi?
just laughing because yeah, that guy, because I was laughing because when I was reading the chapter myself, I was like, oh man, who is this guy? He has a pretty dope design. And then he just gets bit and he dies. And I'm just like, oh man, what a waste of character.
Bro, I didn't even think about that. Like he did die, right?
Yeah, he
Shit, that
died.
I didn't even realize. Yeah, I typically, if you're, those of you guys that are new, I typically do like a double take, and I'll go back over the chapter and figure out what I missed. Yo, what's going on? What's going on, Rex? Who wins, Kaguya or Ishiki?
Oh
Fuck,
no.
bro. I lost my headphones. I lost my headphones. No, bro. How many times are people gonna ask me that? I swear to God. What do you think? I'm gonna give this to you. I'm gonna give this to you. Who wins?
For me, oh, Ishiki, definitely.
Over Kaguya?
Yeah, over Kaguya. What about you?
Hey, I'm gonna let you have it.
No? All right.
Maybe we could do like maybe okay, all right. I don't want to make it a big thing, but I definitely do think that I think Kaguya's got it. I think Kaguya's got it. Uh, uh, I just think that she's like a pinnacle of Otsutsuki, and she's one of the first Otsutsuki that we've seen. And I can go more into it, but I won't this video because of the chapter. But
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Maybe for like a different video or something.
yeah, well, we might save it for a different video. I appreciate the concept, Rex. But what were we talking about before? Before we got shit.
Um,
Oh, the guy
oh,
getting killed. The guy getting killed.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like, okay, well, that's a great design for a character. Like I would like to see him in the anime. And they killed him like the next scene. I was like, oh, that's actually impressive. That's actually impressive. Because in like Boruto, I don't think about death like that. Like these people are legitimately dying when they get absorbed by the god tree. But it's like a censored way of like killing these people in, in Boruto. They just become part of the tree. They become a tree. And they just kind of technically they're like transcending at that point. They're like becoming they're they're undergoing a metamorphosis, right? Like they're not really they're not really dying. They're just becoming something else. And so when I saw that, I didn't think about them as dying. I thought they were just becoming something else. And so yeah, I think it's interesting, but they're technically dead because the god tree. If you know the god tree work, it absorbs the actual person, and the tentacles or the clograms in this case are acting as the um they're acting as the actual um the god tree, like a walking god tree. And it's fucking crazy because you don't legitimately think about, oh yeah, the tentacles can just turn into a god tree. Well, so can the claw grimes, apparently, right? It's fucking crazy. Um, well, yeah.
So we're just not gonna kill them. You can just become a tree and transcend.
Blow, yeah, become a tree. And hey, matter of fact, why don't you just like, you know, sit on ice for a while? You sit on ice for a while, and we'll come back to you, and then we'll go. We'll grab your chakra when we need it. All right. If you become a god tree, you become a god tree. If you connect with the with Shibai, and if you become part of the main goal, you become part of the main goal.
How do you feel about like the chapter ending with Boruto supposedly coming up with like a new technique? Like,
Um,
just how do you feel about that?
a new technique. I don't even know what the fuck the technique does. It just the shit just okay. I saw him like slice like one in half with like doing like the quick draw, and then like
Right,
put
like
it like sheaving
the
it. And,
little yeah, like the little Yaido drum or whatever, whatever you call it, when they take the sword and the shield really fast for a quick slice and they put it back inside the shield.
yep.
Yeah,
I think that was fucking cheesy. Matter of fact, that was the cheesiest shit I've seen in a while. Sorry, Boruto fans, but that was some cheesy ass shit, and I thought I should address it. But as far as the actual move, I thought it was interesting for him to do. Um, as a character. And I definitely thought that you're referring to the actual new move itself, right?
yeah.
Okay, so for the new move itself, I honestly it looked like so what I got out of it, I got like Chidori stream, right? I got
Mm,
or what's it called? This is called right Chidori stream where Sasuke fucking
yeah,
creates a bunch of like lightning and shit around him. And he has his own like
right. Just with Rasengan, basically.
for a Rasengan, yeah. And so I think that can be used defensively and offensively. Whether or not like how it applies nature wise, I think he could just use it how he wants. He could probably use it to fly if he wanted to. Um,
Yeah, I was thinking it was something like that. Like
like
I was going in that direction with it with my thoughts since it was like cloaking over him. I was thinking it was like how Sasuke applies the Chidori over himself sometimes to boost his stats when he does like the lightning cloak
yeah,
or when he does the Chidori stream
to boost his
or
speed a little bit.
like a more versatile use of Rasengan.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's cool. I want to see how it works. I'm curious to see how it works. Um, what I think it'll do, I don't know. I think it's one translation said fucking Rasengan U- Ukiko. Was that what it was? Ukiko? Let me go back to the translation.
I don't remember. I've seen like Uzuhio,
U- U-
Uzuhiko. Oh, there.
Uzuhiko. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's Uzuhiko. I don't know what that translates to Vortex, but this one says Vortex, and I was like, Rasengan Vortex, and he's just kind of holding it there. It looks pretty simple. It looks like he could fly. He could be defend. He could use it as a defense. He could use another move on top of it as like a. It could just be like his base, like a deep, like a buff. It could just be a buff.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, he could it could be a. I think it's a buff. Really, like I'll say it's a buff for now. I don't really know what it does. I don't think anyone does, but for now, I think it could be like a buff, like a base buff. Like you know how fucking uh Naruto uses multi shadow clone jutsu. I think this will be like more of like this is more of like a Sasuke esque buff. So
Right.
I could definitely see him using this as the buff instead of multi shadow clone jutsu. You know, a little repetitive. This one is kind of it's like, hey man, I'm everywhere. I can do anything at any time. Where you need me. Like this is it.
Oh man. When you just say I'm everywhere and I can do anything at any time, that just put the thought into my head. You know, like how he has the vanishing Rasengan
Mm-hmm.
and how like in the manga his wind nature makes the Rasengan disappear. It would be so cool if one of the buffs that does is he can like temporarily disappear in like a gust of wind, and then he only pops up the moment that he strikes
Bro,
somebody. That would be so dope. But I don't know if like they're gonna do that or.
it could.
But that would be dope though.
They could. They very well could.
That's very yeah, like that's very ninja. Like I would love something like that.
No, yeah, that's and that actually would bring it back to the root of like what ninjas supposed to fucking be doing, like
Right,
not fucking flying and shit, but like actually like
right.
using their technique to go invisible and like do sneaky shit, fast shit like this, you know? Like what? Come on, man! Like that's too easy. That's too easy. That'd be dope. It's fine
Right.
to have him
That'd be
fucking
dope.
do a vanishing a vanishing Rasengan Uchiho or Uzuhiko. Sorry, that's gonna be fucking difficult to pronounce. Uzuhiko. Why'd they fucking name it that? I hope it's not named that.
I hope that's not the name.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like I think something like that would be pretty dope.
Man, this is probably the this is I think you know what? I think I'm getting invested. Oh shoot, we're missing comments. Um oh that's crazy. I've got Ishiki. Ishiki. Okay. Hey, all right. Hey, I'm sorry I missed your comment. Honestly, I apologize. um, I feel like the personalities, emotions of Shinobi get absorbed in the claw marks. Yo, hey, yo, you might be onto something, Rex. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah. He said, I feel like the personalities emotions of Shinobi get absorbed and the claw grimes evolve each time. Similar to Cell from
Mm.
Dragon Ball, but like mini versions. I also feel some combined, I also feel some will combine into something. Well, I see where you could say that. I mean, the Tintels also combined in the fourth grade Ninja War. Yeah, the fourth grade Ninja War. They also combined into like more of a larger type of Tintels type thing. I don't think I see that happening. I think these are going to be like more humanoid things that are going to they're going to metamorphosize into something more intelligent. That's my aspect. But whether or not they'll gain emotions and personalities from different shinobis, I think that would be pretty damn dope. I never specifically said personalities and emotions, but for the record, I'll give you props for that, my man. Because that was pretty spot on. I like that. Um, I feel like it a full body vanishing Rasengan. I feel like a full body vanishing Rasengan. So his version of flying Rajin. Well, hey, if it does what I think it does, and it basically like creates an invisible portal into like another space. Like say one space is like Konoha, right? One space is like yeah, it's that's goddamn near the fucking flying Raji. And if you've seen how it works, it basically is a portal to another space. So yeah, if I guess if the Jogon works like the flying Rajin, then he could probably use something like the vanishing Rasengan, see what he needs to see ahead of time, and then basically charge up a move, use his Jogon to kind of teleport or fucking go through that portal and then absolutely destroy someone in Konoha in the split second. Yeah, he could do that. Yeah, he could be the next. Yeah, yeah, that would make him legit the next Minato. Just in base, yeah, just in base. And yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Whether or
Um,
not they'll gain the personalities and emotions of shinobis, while the Clawgrams absorb and evolve over time. Yeah, that's essentially what I was saying. But he kind of more so said personalities and emotions explicitly of shinobis.
yeah, like yeah, I think that was it was sort of similar how you were saying before, like as they get stronger and they absorb people, like they get more cognitive. I think just the personalities and the emotions just adds another layer to it. But it'd be dope to see for sure.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree. Dang. How long have we been going at this though? That's how long has the stream been? I cannot tell.
Probably, I think you started like 2 hours ago.
Did I? Well,
Yeah.
hey, we could if you guys want to join us on the I don't know, do you have anything else, Breezy? We could
No, I don't think I have much else to add.
we can continue cut it short, or we could come back in like 30 minutes to potentially do some something else. I did have to take a quick break though. Got to use the restroom. But so
All right.
whatever it is, um, yeah, just hey, let me know, or hey, we continue whatever you want to do. You good with that?
Yep, I'm good with that.
All right. Hey, yeah. So hey, I appreciate you guys coming by. Thanks for tuning in and joining Discord. Yeah, we'll see you next time, Travis. Peace.